Sylvia Younger, hi, from Old Western Garden Farm. We have a 9-acre plot here, which was an empty field when we bought it 4 years ago. This was the design of the kitchen garden. It's about 2 acres, and I designed it to be attractive, to try to encourage visitors and interest in the farm, basically. So every year I do a new plan of where I'm going to plant things to make sure I get the rotation. So I sit and do that through the winter. Keeps me quiet. The main aim was to grow vegetables to sell in the local community, and flowers as well. And the flowers have a double aspect in that you can sell them as cut flowers. I allow people to come and pick their own when I've got beds full of them, because they're cut and come again type flowers, a lot of them. But they're also encouraging beneficial insects into the garden to help pollinate, and sometimes to help with pest control as well. So this is a bed where we tend to mix the flowers in with vegetables. So we have some spring cabbage growing here, some forget-me-nots, which I like to just let seed themselves around and pull them out the way if they're in the way of planting anything. We've also got some self-sown coriander coming up in between, and then I have a row of roses along there, and the borage plants, which are just starting to pop up now, but I have a big row of borage plants that fill that side of the bed. This is one of the cut flower beds, so this is empty at the moment, ready to be sown with all the cut flowers. So in the summer that's absolutely brimming with flowers. People can come and pick their own. Again, these beds are kind of central in the garden, so they bring in all the insects. So the annual beds I sow every year. These ones I can generally just leave to get on with. Eventually I want them full of perennials. Again, they're just good for cut flowers and foliage. So this is one of my favourite flowers. It's actually a green manure. It's called Phacelia. That's spelled with a PH at the beginning if you want to look it up. Has lovely, beautiful blue flowers that the bees absolutely adore. It's completely covered in bees when it's in flower. It's a green manure, so it's good for the soil. The flowers are lovely as cut flowers as well, so I sell them in the shop, and the bees love it. So it's a perfect plant. This is just some kale that's gone to flower. We allow that to go to seed just until I'm ready to replant the bed, really. And the small leaves are very good for salad bags. I do a lot of salad bags, and baby kale leaves, very nutritious, healthy. So the flowers, I grow tobacco plants, Nicotiana tabacum, which helps to deter the cabbage white butterfly. So I try to grow that very near all the cabbages, which is just an annual, so I had to grow that from seed, so I haven't got any to show you at the moment because it's still in its seed form. And I also grow lots of marigolds. They're very beneficial, and generally lots of flowers wherever you can fit them in. Single flowers are better than the doubles from the insect's point of view. It's easier for them to get into the pollen, etc., rather than having to fight through lots of petals. We don't dig here. We tend to just put on layers of compost once a year, just sort of an inch or so of compost. And one of the advantages of that is that you do get things self-seeding from last year. So I had some sunflowers in this bed, and they've self-seeded, so I've got all these little plants growing away nicely, which I will spread out around the garden. I'm also growing some from seed in the polytunnels because I want to have plenty of them, because they're a lovely cut flower and very good to feed to the chickens, the sunflower seeds. So I do think it makes a difference having the flowers.